Hello and welcome to Chat of the Wild. In this season, we are playing The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask for the Nintendo 64, Nintendo 3DS, and other means. So, I am your host, Jeremy Harvey. Joining me for this season, I have Celeste Roberts. Welcome, Celeste.
Hey.
And Pete Deaver.
Hi.
So, this is just the introduction episode. We're not going to be talking about the game directly yet. This is one that we have covered previously. This is, for me, one of my favorite Zeldas. Since then, we've had some other great Zeldas since then. That this used to be my number one. Now it's like my number four. Still near the top kind of thing. But yeah, we are going to be playing this game. We'll introduce ourselves, talk about how we're going to be approaching this and everything. Just to get it out of the way, I will be playing the Nintendo 64 version on the Analog 3D, and I'll be streaming that, so you can keep an eye out for that. I'm also going to be reading the manga, and so I will be able to report back on things that happen in the Legend of Zelda manga, which is not technically canon, because they add characters into that story and things are just a little different. So it's not like we're going to be getting true insight on that, but it's going to be more of like an alternate universe kind of thing that I'll be able to bring to the table as well.
That sounds awesome. I didn't know they had a manga for... Do they do that for every entry?
Almost. So they have Majora's Mask, Links to the Past, Four Swords, what else?
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Twilight Princess has like a 6-volume one. That's actually the longest one of all of them. So I have all of those in paperback, and I'm excited to do that. I actually have 2 copies of Majora's Mask. Like, I bought the original and never read it, but then I bought the box set, which has another one. So I have 2 copies of Majora's Mask. But excited to actually finally sit down and read those. So I'll try to keep it in line with what we're playing at the time. Mangas are fast, like mangas and comic books and graphic novels, like you can burn through those so quick. So it won't take long for me to probably read like the section that we're doing. It'll probably take like 10 minutes each time just to read that. But I'll be bringing that information back with us. So that'll be a new perspective that we didn't have previously. Pete, you have not played this game.
Yes, that's correct. Closest I've gotten is Ocarina of Time, which I beat a handful of years ago. And ever since then, I have just been itching to truly play Majora's Mask, because I loved Ocarina of Time so much. But people have, anytime I've mentioned it, they've been like, that time aspect of it, it makes it really difficult. So I've held off a little bit, but this is a great opportunity to jump in and kind of see for myself if that is really a hurdle.
Yeah, and we had talked off air. So you're going to be checking out the 2-ship, 2 Harkinian version?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. For those that don't know, there is a PC port of both Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask that you do need like an official dump of the cartridge to base it on. So if you have a PC and you have the means to be able to pull that information, you can then port it out, and people have done some amazing things with it. You get higher resolution. You can run it at like 60 frames, maybe even like 120 frames if your PC can handle that stuff. You can have it running buttery smooth. I do know that they have improved things like your abilities to be able to manage your time better in that one. The 3DS also does a better job at that as well, but we can talk about that one. So I haven't played the 2-ship, 2 Harkinian version yet, but I was reading into it a lot for like the randomizer stuff.
Okay. Yeah, and I've checked out some of the randomizer stuff for the Ship of Harkinian for Ocarina of Time, and has been really fun. And when I saw that they had done some of that similar work for Majora's Mask, I was genuinely excited about it, because that team knocked it out of the park with Ocarina of Time. I mean, that mod, however you want to call it, is incredible.
Yeah. So yeah, Pete will be playing like probably the most modern version of Majora's Mask, basically. Yeah. And Celeste, this is not your first time with this game, but because you consider this to be one of your favorites. You said that actually in your first introduction episode.
When you put me in a corner and said, "What's your favorite Zelda game?" I was like, "Oh man, guess it's Majora's Mask. I also have the manga, Jeremy, as well.
Okay.
I have
you
all
read
the
it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have the collection. Like I have a little box set that I got a few
Yes.
years ago. I said a few years
Yes.
ago. It could have been over a decade. Who knows? But yeah, I
Right.
do. I'm thinking of the ending and all these things that. So you haven't read it yet.
No, I'm one of those people that buy books and don't read them.
There's a term for that, but I can't remember what it is.
Yeah. I like having them on my shelf. Like I like to, it's the same for like a lot of my games where it's like, I like to have them on the shelf and display that. And then, but the problem is that books aren't as cool as video games.
Oh man, you're kind of breaking my heart a little. I like them both. But yeah, I might read along with you if you'd like.
Sure, yeah.
That'll help me connect things and whatnot. I played this game when it first came out. I got it. What was it? 2000 is when it came out, and I got it for Christmas that year, along with Banjo-Tooie. Great Christmas!
Nice. Yeah,
great Christmas. Oh gosh, and I used to get player's guides for every game I would get, not just because I wanted it to help me, but sometimes the writers were very funny, and I liked as well they would put lore and their own commentary. The one from Majora's Mask is hilarious, especially for the Zora Bay area, the way he's describing where you have to go. I don't know. I thought it was hilarious at the time. But yeah, I was like 11, 12 when I first played this on the N64. And again, the cartridge is gold.
Yes.
And if the image on it is like holographic. You can turn it and looks like he's moving with his sword on the cartridge.
Oh,
yeah,
so
that's cool.
I don't know if you can. Yeah, you can kind of see the 3D effect on there. Yeah.
Oh, imagine you
awesome.
see that when you're 11, or young, like, oh my God. Like,
well, what's funny is that you get that and it's a sticker. So I don't know if you remember this, Celeste, when you get it, that little thing is not on it. It's a sticker that comes with it that you had to put on yourself.
Okay.
So the original version, you can find cheaper versions of the original that just don't have the sticker on it, that they just have the flat one. But it's in the box when you open it. This is a separate sticker that you put on.
Okay. And did you get it when it first came out?
Yes.
So okay.
I got it in a Costco blister pack thing. So for those that don't know, like if I use the term blister pack, maybe you don't know what that means. It was like I had only just been a recent like Zelda fan, but this one was coming out and I was so excited for it. And I was just like, this is all I want for it's either birthday or Christmas. I can't remember, but I remember getting it and it was this giant plastic, like it's a blister pack is like a hard plastic shell that like people would make fun of, like you needing to get scissors out to get the scissors out of the thing kind of thing. And it was the Costco or Sam's Club kind of thing that was bundled together. And so it was the guide and the game. And we'll talk about it, but the guide was incredibly important for me to be able to beat the game originally. But there's a big reason why, and I will talk about that when we're in the game itself. But yeah, when I got this game, I thought something was wrong with it because I was just like, this whole thing feels weird. This doesn't feel like a Zelda. Like, what's going on? I thought I got like some kind of bootleg version of Zelda. And little did I know by the end, it would be one of my favorite games. So, yeah, no, I had it when it came out, loved it. Unfortunately, this isn't my original copy. I did rebuy it not too long ago just because it was like I sold it because it was years ago because I didn't have a 64 anymore and all this stuff. And I was always someone that sold games to buy new games. Now that I'm in a better place financially, there's some of them where I'm like, yeah, I really need that old gold version of it, especially now that I have the analog 3D to play these in 64 games. I have to have this one. So yeah, I cannot wait to go back in here and relive my childhood through this.
Yeah. It's I think is it rated T for teens? Is that right?
No, it's E. No.
Okay.
No Zelda game. I don't think any Zelda game has been rated teen.
Even Twilight Princess?
Even Twilight Princess.
Okay. It must be the mandala effect. For some reason I'm remembering that this one is rated T.
No, so no. The thing to keep in mind is that they had to change the original Ocarina of Time release to remove red blood, because technically at the very end when you're fighting Ganondorf, in the original version, he spits up red blood. That would have given it a teen rating. And so they didn't know that when it was released. And then after the game was already out and everything, then the ratings board was just sort of like, hang on, this has, violence that is relatable to like a human person being killed. That's a teen rating kind of thing. And so they couldn't make it cartoon violence. Cartoon violence is E, but like violence is teen. And Zelda has never had violence kind of thing. It's always been, every time you're slashing something, you're slashing a monster. You're not slashing another person.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's kind of the logic there.
This is definitely mature in terms of its darker themes, but for me, I love it. It's still fun. It's still, but there is that sense of sadness.
It's unsettling yes. And sad. Yes.
Yes. It's like you were saying, you were like, is this wrong? Is this something wrong with this game? It's pretty early on. It feels very sad.
Yes.
My memory of Ocarina is that it was darker than I expected. So it sounds like this one might get maybe a little even darker than that one. I mean, I didn't expect an Ocarina of Time to be mounted by starved skeletons that just grapple you and start to try to choke you out or something like that. Even that kind of stuff. I was like, man, this must have been like, as a kid, I was kind of a sensitive kid. I probably would have been scared by some of this stuff. Stuff.
Take those undead monsters coming back to life, but then they're also telling you about how they have things in their past life that they wish that they could fix are very depressed about it.
Okay.
It's dark in a very existential kind of way.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I love it because it really makes me think. And when we get into more details, I'm happy to share how it's inspired me and I relate to it in my real life.
I'm very eager to hear that, Celeste, because this is one of the reasons that we chose this game to do next, is because it meant a lot to Celeste. Like, things were just lining up perfectly where this meant a lot to Celeste, and Pete had only just recently finished Ocarina of Time, and so it just made sense to be like, you got to see Majora's Mask, though. You got to see like what this team did, where after they were like, oh yeah, we made one of the greatest games of all time. What if we got weird with it? What if we did that, but we got weird with it? And yeah, it's just it's so interesting, and there's a lot to say, and I cannot wait to get back into this and to play through it.
Yes. Yeah. Don't let the 3-day thing discourage you, Pete. Eventually I don't find it that big of a deal.
It doesn't. You eventually learn ways. Honestly, the beginning is the hardest part. Of just like, because there are a series of things that's like you got to do it. And I don't know, the Two Ship Two Harkinian may have alleviated some of that, but I do know at the very beginning, if you do not do the things in the right order, you do basically get game over and start from the beginning again.
Gotcha. Okay.
So sort of like you skip like the first like 10 minutes of it, but then it's just like, nope, you didn't do it, figure it out. When after you hit a certain point, which is what we'll be playing to, then you have more control over it and you can save the things that you have done. It almost is almost like a roguelite in a way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I've been picturing it as almost like a Dead Rising, where you constantly have a timer ticking down.
Yes.
Similar to that. Okay.
Yeah.
And because I loved that game growing up.
Yeah, and Dead Rising, when you would lose, you would start over, but you carried over your stuff.
Okay.
Right. So like that happens on this here. But yeah, we'll get into it. You'll see. I think we're gonna have a fantastic time, especially coming off of Zelda 1, going to this. It's gonna just feel great.
World of difference. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I think Link's name really comes into play in this game when you think about it.
Okay.
That's what that's all I'm going to say.
Okay.
Like,
that'll be great.
Link. Yeah. I don't know.
I guess I've never even thought like, why is his name Link? Yeah.
Oh, well, the name is Link because it's supposed to be connecting the player to the world. That's a thing in Miyamoto said in an interview years ago. That
That's
part, yeah, it's cool, but it's also just like, yeah, something I didn't mention. We're done with it and everything. Impa in Zelda 1, the reason she's called Impa is because she imparts information to you.
Oh.
Should have brought that up in the previous one, but I didn't. Anyways, here it is.
There's so much thought put into everything.
Yeah.
And I don't want to say, it was not that long ago I realized why Navi is named Navi.
Sure, yes.
That's a little embarrassing for me.
Yeah,
Almost
that's fine.
30 years later. But
Sometimes I play a game and I just accept things as is, and I don't kind of think about why they would have done that. But yeah,
especially a fantasy game, you're like, yeah, you have a weird name, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. But now this will be my first time playing the 3DS version.
Yes.
So I'm excited to. I also find, like, even though I first played this game 26 years ago, I still remember things very clearly. But I can't remember sometimes what I did 2 weeks ago. But I can remember this game very clearly. Is that how it is for you guys with something?
Yeah. There's so many times.
Just core memories.
There's times where I'm like, why can I remember this thing when I could know another language? Like, I was just like, there's sometimes where I'm like, man, I know a lot of video game names and things, but like, you know, I could know how to fix a car or speak a whole other language, but instead it's the language is video games. Like I could walk through like the timelines and story beats of Metal Gear Solid, but I can't remember actual history.
Okay. You don't remember what happened on this date in 1902?
No, it's like, yeah, by this person here, and like, no, I don't know. No.
But did you know Impa's name came from?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I'm very excited for this one. I'm curious how we're going to batch it up too, Jeremy.
Yeah, so we've done this before, and actually it's not as complicated. We will be able to still group things up. There is still a set order of things. This is not the freedom that we see with Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom kind of thing. You can go in whatever direction. You do have to do things in a certain order here, and so that won't be a problem. For our first episode, we are going to be actually this isn't the end of the discussion yet, but because normally I'm leading into this is wrapping it up. But before we do that, is there anything else anyone wants to add? No. Okay. So here we go.
Yeah.
For our first episode, all you got to do is get out of Clocktown. There's a series of things that you have to do, but once you are able to do that, when you're able to leave Clocktown and go out into the world of Termina, that is what we're playing to. So go and meet some new people, get lost a few times, and get your ocarina back. These are the things you got to do. Do all that, and we'll be back here and talk about it on Chat of the Wild.